Hey everybody, it's Joey Wargachuk for the Crystal Healer Summit, and I have a very special guest today. Diane Kewley, the founder and owner of Happy Soul, who's sponsoring this summit, has taken the time to Zoom in with me. So, hey Diane, how are you today?
Hi, Joy. I'm doing very well, thank you.
So please tell everyone who's tuning in a little bit about yourself and about the origin story of starting Happy Soul.
All right. Well, I'm an accountant by trade, and I guess I found spirituality in my 30s when I read a book called When God is a Woman by Meryl Stone. And I realized I could find a connection to the divine, to spirituality. And over years, I, learned very many aspects of spirituality. But I became more and more dissatisfied with doing accounting, though I love numbers, they're just fascinating. I wanted to do something where I felt I was changing the world, helping people. And then one night I was with some friends and we were playing with some tarot cards. And I asked, what am I supposed to do? And the card said, which kind of made me grumble. And then I heard a voice in my head say, open a store. And by the time I got home, I knew I would do that. So I worked on it. I seemed to run into roadblocks, so I put away for a while. And then one Saturday, a voice said, do it now. So on Monday, I went into work, quit, and then I found a real estate agent, did my business plan, found suppliers, etc. And I finally found 961 Bloor Street West, which I thought was just perfect. It had places for all the crystals I wanted to sell, the tarot cards, the books, space for workshops, space to do readings. And since then, I have just loved it. We have helped so many people, inspired people.
How long ago was this when you started the store? How old is the store?
It's almost 4 years.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So
in July, we'll be celebrating it.
Amazing. So Diane, tell us what your 3 favorite crystals are, and hopefully you have them there to show us.
Yeah. Well, malachite, I don't use too much now, but this is the first one that I carried around with me for about a year, and I just loved it. And, they almost feel like a friend when they're special. And here's a nice amethyst. I almost called the store amethyst, but it's a very hard word to spell for a lot of people. And then clear quartz is like I don't know, just like a, true pride. It's just something that to me feels very special. To me, it's centering, clearing. It feels very strong. It feels like I'm in myself when I hold this. So it's just a very important crystal to me.
Wow, that's really amazing. So those are 3 really powerful crystals. Now, what I find so very interesting is that I find that you're a very intuitive and energetically sensitive person, and I didn't know very much about pendulums, and you are actually the person who introduced me to pendulums and crystal pendulums. Could you share that knowledge and do a demonstration for us today with crystal pendulums? And for those who know nothing about pendulums, can you explain what a pendulum is and how you would use it?
Okay, a pendulum is one of many tools you can use to access divine knowledge, your higher wisdom. It's a very good way to develop your intuition. Let's see, what can I say? When you practice using a pendulum, and what you do is you train it to show you what a yes is, a no, and a maybe, which can be maybe it's not known yet, it's not meant for you to know, that's a circle. And the more you use it, the more you learn to trust your intuition and to trust the divine. The more you learn the subtleties of it, the more you learn to identify energy flowing through you. If you use a crystal a lot, you go from getting, you might say, shaky answers to very true answers. You'll get some answers that are very strong, and then you'll get very weak answers, which means maybe it's time to ask a clarifying question, or that there might be alternatives. So it's one way to really get the feel for when spirit is talking to you, or your higher wisdom, to take that, to differentiate between your intuition and your mind. If you use it a lot, even for small things, you'll find it'll give you information you did not know at all. Uh, let's say asking, is it a good time to leave work or should I stay? And you get no. So you stay at work, and then you get an important phone call, or you meet someone that you wouldn't have met if you didn't stay where you were.
That's very interesting. Now, pendulums come in so many different crystals, metals. I've seen wood ones. I've seen different shapes. What kind of crystal pendulum would be best for doing questions about relationships and love?
That's, of course, rose quartz. Rose quartz is all about love. It both can be about what you're asking about or the mood you're in. But if you're asking about love, it's got that softness, that reassuring feeling, that connection to your heart chakra.
Wow. And if I was doing questions about career, business, starting my own business, or looking to make really strong decisions in my life, what would be really good?
Here's a tiger's eye. It's also a necklace, by the way.
Oh, I love it.
It's a wonderful one if you feel you need confidence, if you're ready to, or just ready to take action. Tiger's eye is great because it almost puts you in that space of confidence before you even start asking questions. And at different times, you'll be in different spaces. Like if you're feeling a bit anxious, let's say you need grounding, you could take copper, you could take black tourmaline, something that's very grounding. Because when you're grounded, you're in your body. That is where you better connect to your intuition. And it's by being grounded in your root chakra that you can do manifestation much better.
Oh, that's amazing. You're also the author of not one, but two crystal oracle decks. One of them is Forgetting Guidance, and the other one is Yes, No deck. What is the big thing that you've learned in the last 4 years about running a store and being a crystal author and expert?
Well, one thing I often share is that the more you take risks, the more you do things that you're nervous about, the easier it becomes. And if you want to make changes in your life, you don't have to make the one big decision, but start with small things. Anytime you take action, you get more confidence. You learn skills. Maybe you start with something that you're not sure, let's say it's your life purpose, but you're going to learn something along the way. You're going to meet people. You'll always have skills that will help you in the future.
Cool. That is so amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. So Diane has an online store and a physical location. And where is your store location, Diane?
961 Bloor Street West, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and it's right near Ossington Subway.
Amazing. So as a special gift to everyone, Diane has included a 20% off coupon for a Happy Soul Online that is in the Crystal Summit email with her bio. I want to thank you so much, Diane, for taking the time to be a part of this summit. Love the store and always love seeing you. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Joy. You're welcome. Take care, everyone.